Welcome, everybody, to the Wisdom Bank Network podcast. I am your gracious host, Brano. And when I say Wisdom Bank Network, I'm not talking about your banks that are taking over the world. I'm talking about the wisdom bank that's in the back of your head. And that's where the wisdom goes when you go through experiences in life. So, not your actual banks, but your wisdom bank. And today, we are joined by Damon, Brad, Roxas, Michael Anthony, JC, and Steve. Damon, say hello to the people.
What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody is here. And when you watch this, you're in good spirits and good health. And I'm just, guys, I'm pumped up. Let's fucking go that we're here. So I'll let everybody else go ahead.
Brad, how's it going, Brad?
It's going well. Today is a good day to be
Awesome.
here with everyone here.
Great to have you. And Roxas, what's going on, man?
Oh, finished working with the car parts that I do. So I fix interiors of cars and, finished work and I'm here with you guys.
That's awesome. Finish your everyday job and come into this is your second job, unofficial second job, showing up for the community. Brad and Roxas, JC and Steve, all members that are part of the community and are spending their valuable time to come contribute to the cause and to contribute to the mission that we're on here. So appreciate both of you guys. Michael,
Excuse me, Brano.
Yes.
I heard you say the community. We're actually a society here. This is the way society should be. This is the way society should be ran. The way me and these free thinkers, these like-minded spiritual beings, this is how society should be. Where decentralization is how it should have been since day one. Where we have control of our own finances, our own businesses, where we don't have to give 30, 40% to a government that sends it overseas, to a fake war, a fake agenda. Now, we're fed up. This is society here.
We're sovereign individuals.
Network, the wisdom bank that's in the back of your fucking head is what you become as you get older, as you get wiser, as you get closer to God. Because as you get older, you get closer to death. So you start to think about what's real in your life. Is the movies real? Is the agenda real? Is the wars real? You know what war's real? The war in your fucking head. The war in your family. Your kids that you can't even talk to because you work so fucking much. And all they're seeing is trash. Grown-ass women shaking their ass, selling their ass, making sex videos, getting rich, letting your little girls know that they're worth it. Stuff can just be given away. Devalue yourself at a young age. While mommy and daddy is busting their fucking ass to pay the mortgage, to pay the school. People are sick and tired of being sick and tired when they shouldn't have to be. I told Brano tonight, and I want you to introduce everybody else, but guys, I'm passionate, and there's a reason why. I told Brano tonight that I got to try to find a way to let people know that it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to think for yourself. You don't need somebody always telling you what you should be thinking, what you should be feeling, or you shouldn't be feeling that way. Think for yourself and what feels good to you in here, because that's where your morals, your values, and everything that you believe in, principles. So go ahead, Brano. Apologize.
No. I felt the passion in that, and I think everybody else felt the passion in that, and
That's
the viewers definitely gonna. Yeah, that's a vibe.
let me finish, right? That's a vibe. That's a vibration. But there's a frequency of pain behind that. When people see that, Brano, JC, Steve, B-Rad, Roxas, Mike, when they feel that vibe, oh, we're coming. So yes, we are a society. We are today's society. We're the men and women who keep this shit going. Introduce the rest of the gentlemen.
WBN, the Wealth Building Network Society. We spoke about that yesterday. We are truly building a society. Michael Anthony, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just here to give some charity and provide clarity of exactly what we're doing here. At least that's what I hope to do. I'm looking forward to be introduced to the new people on the show today. And yeah, let's move right along.
Awesome. Yeah, always a pleasure to have you. JC, what's going on, JC? I believe this is your first video podcast with
Yes,
us.
sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Glad to have
Yeah.
you here. And
Thanks, man.
Appreciate
I'm just
you.
here because I'm happy to be part of something that's by the people, and you know I'm tired of getting bent over by the system. You know, like everybody else. You know, chasing my tail on the hamster wheel. You know, the elites control everything, and I think it's time. I'm with you guys, and I think it's time to put a change to that shit.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's going on, Roxas?
I mean, long story short, because but I was doing research today about something, right? And I realized, I literally just realized this shit. Honestly, like when you buy a house, you still gotta pay taxes to live in that motherfucker. The same with cars. And then I was reading a letter from John F. Kennedy, how he tried to abolish unnecessary taxes on the people and businesses. Did he get shot to death for that? Some American asshole shot him because he tried to abolish taxes?
Yeah,
I personally believe John Kennedy was assassinated by the mob because of his father. Like, you know, there's actually going to be a movie coming out soon about it. And a good
guys,
What's
friend.
the name of the movie?
guys,
What's the name?
it's much deeper. So far past that. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
We got some things to take care of real quick, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, but yeah, Roxas was hitting on something in terms of when you buy the
Yeah.
whole housing thing, you're paying taxes on that for life, regardless.
You
if
never
Because-
own it. You
Yeah,
never
because in
own it.
crypto, when you buy something, I get, there are governments that centralize it, but those that are decentralized, when you use that crypto, do you pay taxes on decentralized crypto? No, right? Do you?
We're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Everyone pays their taxes on time
Guys,
every
hold on,
year,
hold on.
like good citizens of the United States of America. That's
Let
what we
me
do every
explain
year.
something.
Hold on a second, Damon.
Thank you, Mike.
Hey,
Thank
so
you, Mike. Yeah.
I just wanted to say that because it's clear that we all pay our taxes religiously
Right.
and
Yeah.
on time. Now, as far as the Kennedy assassination goes, it's interesting that the term conspiracy theorist was actually made up by the government, and they told the news organizations to identify anyone who questioned the official story of the Kennedy assassination as a conspiracy theorist. So that's the first pop culture, so to speak, use of that term in society. As far as how and why and all this around the Kennedy assassination, that's a rabbit hole that's much too deep to get into here. But we could all agree that something smells fishy, and it's not the goldfish in the tank, you know? So, to the new gentleman next to me with the beard, what's your name again, sir?
JC.
JC. Hey, it's nice to meet you, man. The words
Nice
on
to
the
meet
screen are like so small I can't even read. So who introduced you to Wisdom Bank Network? Was it Steve?
Yes, actually, Steve is kind of mentoring a little bit. One of my good friends, and my other good friend JP is the one that introduced me to Steve.
And Steve is a great guy. He's
Yeah,
definitely been a blessing to the community, and it's great to have him here, and it's great to have you here
thank
as
you.
well. Damon, I know you could barely hold yourself. I appreciate you allowing me 15 seconds to speak. Go ahead, sir. The floor is yours.
No,
Speaking
I'm cool. I'm
speaking of
listening to you.
Steve, yeah, speaking of
Oh,
Steve,
wow.
we've got Steve here. Welcome back,
Unbelievable.
Steve.
Go ahead, Steve. Talk to us.
I'm here in the little corner there. Oops. Sorry about that. Hello?
What's
Can you hear
up,
me?
buddy?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Can
What's
you hear
up,
me?
Steve?
Hey,
Appreciate you being here.
can't be any better than this. It's the weekend also, I get to spend time with the family, one day out of the week. So it can't be any
And
better.
now you're spending time with your second family, right?
With the second.
I'm just gonna shove us in there as your second family, but yeah, no, appreciate you being here, Steve. And yeah, since we've already went through everybody, we can start getting into some topics. Anybody can jump in whenever. I know there's a wide array of stuff we want to get into.
Well, I had a conversation with Damon earlier, so I'm sort of familiar where he wants this to go. And
Oh, Mike,
uh-oh,
we're way
blackout
past. We're there. We're there with that.
there.
But there's also another angle that came up. Wow.
Take a sip of some water, sir.
Yeah, I did. Oh, wow.
Take 2 sips.
Basically, things happen, right? Throughout the day where you may feel like one way 1 minute, next hour you may talk to somebody, you may feel different, you know. I know when we talked, Mike, I said I wanted to explain to people and try to articulate what I meant when you deal with consciousness, when you deal with reality, and you can't spread consciousness. It's something you can't do. It's a spiritual journey within yourself.
You can only spread the message of
Inspiration.
consciousness.
You can only
Yes.
spread the inspiration behind it that brings it out.
Consciousness is the experience and the journey is a very personal thing.
Yes, very much so. I wanted to kind of get into that, and we kind of talked about it a little bit before the show, pre-show, about you. I didn't want this podcast, this content to come out as we have a crypto project and we want you to buy it. No.
We don't care if you ever buy it. Yeah.
We don't care if you ever buy it or you don't. What we're doing here is we created a healthy ecosystem where everybody here involved is on a diet. But the diet we're on is we're not taking any more junk in here or in here. That's over. And we have to have that diet because everything we watch, everything we eat is fake. It's all a fake reality. And they just want to keep taking our money. Why they portray these lives on social media, that ain't even real. It's correlated. They want you to think that, compare yourself to someone else or where they're at in life and what they're doing. Be yourself. Think for yourself. Love yourself.
And what you just said right there about, you know, comparing yourself to the people on social media has led to a lot of suicides in younger people.
Depression.
Yeah. It's, you know, 100% of everything you see on TV is a lie, in my opinion. And, you know, we're just out there seeking the truth. And, you know, there's a lot of people who are still programmed. And I think Damon said this actually earlier. It is really hard to factory reset yourself. You know how you go to an iPhone and you're able to factory reset back to the original settings, right? After all that junk you put on it. It's very hard to do that as a person and everything that you've learned growing up. It's very hard to do a factory reset on yourself. But that's kind of needed from how we kind of grew up and what we kind of were taught.
Yeah, you know,
can I say something, man?
Yep.
Yeah, I just want to be clear for my understanding of things. We want people to understand that while we deliver a message of being aware, some people like to use the word woke, but I think that's kind of subverted in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
The message of awareness, right? And to be spiritually aware is very important, but we understand that it's a very personal thing. So listeners and people in the community, we're going to be at different phases in this journey. That's why it's called a journey. Okay. So we are very accepting of people where they are. Where I like to call it, we're a big tent society here at WBN. Big tent. We accept almost anybody. The only thing we don't accept is negativity and just people that come to bring chaos overall. I think we definitely don't want people like that, but we want to make it clear that we're here to share. We're here to share our knowledge, wisdom. If you want to invest with us, you can. If you don't want to invest with us, you don't have to. There's a lot of moving parts to what we have going on here. So stick around and you'll become familiar with many of those moving parts. Go ahead, Damon.
Go ahead, Brano.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you said that in terms of, you know, us have all these, you know, moving parts and not just being somewhere you can invest. You can invest, you know, it depends on where you're at. Some people will join our community and not know a thing about crypto and they wouldn't even know how to invest, but they felt the energy. They, you know, vibed. I don't like that saying that word vibed, but they, you know, felt the vibration of, you know, what we were speaking about and agreed. Just like-minded individuals just getting together and all agreeing where we want the world to go and society in general. So yeah.
And I like to encourage people also to listen to your inner voice and trust yourself. So what happens a lot of times, people get the right idea and they're easily discouraged. They hear something that makes them want to be involved with a certain group or want to follow a certain message or maybe want to dig and learn more about what a certain individual might be saying, but they become discouraged. And we have the spirit of discouragement is omnipresent. It's everywhere. Everyone is discouraged. And it's hard to learn when you're discouraged. And there's no real sense of delayed gratification these days. And that's why people don't invest properly. People are not willing enough to forsake the short-term gains of today for the long-term gains of tomorrow. So I think it's important to express these things because this is also an educational platform. There's very experienced entrepreneurs, very successful people, very smart people involved in this project. And education is part of what we want to provide here. So that's another
Beautiful.
one of those moving parts. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah,
A whole
Mike said
lot.
a lot of smart things in terms of the idea of FOMO and everybody not really being able to see through the delayed gratification. There's a lot of FOMO in life right now because people like us all see where the world is going, and we all know that we want to try and build as much wealth as possible and get the f out as far away from the matrix as we can. And so that's going to lead to some people not being able to be patient enough and not really investing the way and have like a long-term strategy of investing. So they'll gamble on these shit coins, and they want the quick 1000x tomorrow to become a millionaire and get and detach from society as quick as possible. I get that kind of sense of urgency because of what we see unfolding.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between
Delayed
investing and gambling.
Yeah. Delayed gratification is it's a mature concept. So it does take a certain amount of maturity to like come to grips with the things that will make you successful in the long run,
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
this light keeps going out and it keeps going dark on me. Yeah, so there's a certain amount of maturity involved and that sort of thing. And so in this community, that's another thing. You might want to bring your positivity, bring an open mind, because there's a lot to learn, and try to bring a little bit of maturity if you can. That'll definitely help move things along for sure.
Yeah, and like JC was speaking about earlier, escaping the rat race. People, a lot more people in the world feel like JC does, and a lot of us do, in terms of not wanting to just be working for the man for the rest of your life, living paycheck to paycheck, can't get ahead. That's why people go to crypto, and that's a sad reality. So a lot of people go to crypto for that chance to actually get ahead.
And it's here.
JC,
they come here because it's here.
Yeah.
I was going to ask JC, how long have you been involved in crypto? Is this your first project, or have you been involved for a while? Or
No, so like I explained to Damon a while ago, like when I first got in, a couple of years back, I kind of dabbled a little bit. I had some luck in the stock market about 10 years ago. And, like I was telling them, my son, I have an autistic son. He's like 20 years old. He's got Asperger's.
me too.
And
My son's 25. Same here.
And like, I don't even remember. It had to be 10 years ago. He came up to me and told me to buy Bitcoin. And I was just like, don't buy Bitcoin. That shit's a joke. But needless to say, I don't second guess my kid anymore. Yeah. But a while back, a couple years ago, he came up to me. He's like, "Hey, buy some Dogecoin," and I was like, and I had already, I think maybe like 3 or 4 years ago when I had got in on some XRP, so that's kind of how I was able to maneuver around being able to get the WBN, because I kind of had I had to self teach myself how to do it, which was not fun. And but I've never really been super heavy into it at all. Just a very, very few things over the years. I missed the big window when I remember when ETH came out, and I had chances and opportunities to buy ETH, and I didn't. I had my nose in a lot of other things back then, and you know how it goes. You live and learn, and I didn't want to pass up this opportunity.
and you didn't, man. And it's good to have you here, man.
Appreciate
I love
it.
it
Thank
when
you.
love it when people come on the video show and show their face and talk about their experiences. It is my absolute number one favorite part of all of this, for
Speaking
sure.
speaking of experiences, JC, you mentioned that you didn't have a good time figuring out how to buy the WBN. Was there like an issue learning how to do the whole MetaMask thing for you, or?
Yeah, for me, Steve had to put in a couple hours to help me because I was, I know what VPNs are. I had a VPN, and it took me a minute to remember to use the VPN. And actually, I had, like I said, I had an atomic wallet. I don't know if you guys are familiar. If you've been in crypto for a while, you know what an atomic wallet is. That's when crypto wallets first came around.
Yeah.
So I had an atomic wallet that I got back in the day because I was actually mining Ethereum and Bitcoin on my PC when I wasn't using it. But it was such minute amounts, you know what I mean? It ended up not even be worth it. It costs more to do it than to do it. So back then I had gotten that wallet, and so I kind of had an idea of how the wallets worked. But I just was having a hell of a time buying. So I had a Coinbase wallet, and when I bought some Ethereum on Coinbase, they want to hold it for 7 days.
Ridiculous.
It's
Yeah,
bullshit. You know what I mean? So
That's
like, you
crazy.
know how much money that actually literally cost me? You know what I mean? 7 days is a lot when something's scaling at the rate that this first started scaling when it climbed. So I was just sitting here watching that money I couldn't spend on WBN while it was going up, 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 and I'm thinking, fuck, dude. So, we spent some time back and forth. I had went to Trust Wallet, and I was having issues buying on Trust. Then we tried Uniswap, and I don't remember which one I was at. One of my credit cards ended up going through on either Uniswap or Trust Wallet. I don't remember, but I got the ETH, but then I wasn't able to trade for the WBN because it was like locking me out. It kept saying like the slippage, there wasn't enough for the slippage. It didn't even matter if I made the slippage 50%, it wouldn't go through. So this is when he had told me that he had a friend in I believe Australia or something, Steve, that had a 1-inch wallet that he had to use. So I went and I downloaded the 1-inch wallet, transferred my ETH to the 1-inch wallet, and it worked like butter. It worked like butter for me. But the 1-inch wallet didn't work for JP, who has an iPhone, but the Trust wallet works for him.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
thing
that's
with all these
I got that
wallets and different
Yeah, it's
regions.
it's a little bit of it's a little bit like, so that's why when we were talking before about you guys making it to like we're a link on your guys' page to where people are able to not have to, people get too discouraged in this day and age and don't want to put work into nothing. So if you go to McDonald's and it's too much to order, they'll just fucking drive out.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah, we got to
that's how this
figure out.
generation is.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why
We're trying to figure out different ways to dial it in,
Well-
and make it easier to onboard people. And I agree with you. There's too many factors.
Hurdles.
Hurdles. It works this way. Sometimes
we
it
have the
doesn't.
answer to that. We have a decentralized exchange coming up where you
Yes.
can buy right on the website, right on the app. You can buy right there. You don't have to, and it'd be its own. We'll have our own Uniswap.
Yeah, that's
That'll
great.
make it a lot simpler. Steve
Your
wanted to
own
jump in.
Uniswap? Oh
What's
my
Steve
that?
wanted to jump
Mind
in.
you,
What's up, Steve?
he's in the worst state ever. It's in the worst state of what? New York and California. They have
Yeah.
the regulations are extra tough. And that what was it? 1-inch wallet.
Yeah.
I got that info from one of my guys that I was in class with. He's in Australia, and he's in this project also. But soon, when he's ready, he'll join us. His time is a lot different than ours. He's right now it's 11 o'clock in the morning there, and he works weird hours, so he's busy. But
Yeah, no, that's awesome that you were able to, relay the info to JC because, a lot of
Yeah.
people would have quit at that moment that JC tried and it didn't work out. They would have been like, whatever. Like, I don't want it.
We were basically on a three-way for like what 2-3 hours trying to figure it out for you.
Yeah. And then the next day, even we went after, and then once I got that 1-inch wallet and turned on my VPN, it like I said, it was like nothing. It worked like no problem at all. It was.
So guys, one one of the things for this society for it to work, we have to let people know, the people we're talking to that are watching this, that we're not telling you or forcing you to do anything you don't want to do. What we are telling you is that dollar that you is the number one thing to you in your life. That dollar is done. It's done. They devalued it and inflated it so much that it's worthless. And other countries are not accepting it anymore. Other countries they have Bitcoin as centralized currency. BlackRock and the United States government just approved ETFs for Bitcoin. The first time anything was ever turned into an ETF since gold, actual gold. Well, they just did it with Bitcoin, which says this is going to be our next financial system. It's going to be blockchain technology in a digital world that you already live in. Everything's instant gratification where you Uber Eats when you want it. It's right there. You want to go somewhere? Uber, you're right there. Amazon, you want it? It's right there. The food is fake. It's junk food. It's stress food. It's depressed food. They're sugar. They're playing on your brain, on the chemical reactions of sugar and highly addictive commodities. Coffee, tobacco, heroin, cocaine. Wake up, man. Wake up. We're not. Go ahead.
I was saying, might as well add attention and social media attention to that dopamine receptors and dopamine hits, which they're feeding everybody. Like, look at the TikTok videos. People are scrolling mindlessly for hours, and that's the only type of content they can really focus in on because it's 15 fucking seconds. Imagine someone with that attention span trying to have delayed gratification and invest in crypto. It's just they're training everybody to just, like you said, instant gratification in all aspects.
This is not about cryptocurrency, guys. It's not. It's not about you buying crypto. It's not about us having a project. It's about your mindset. You have to be a free thinker. You have to unplug that cord out the back of your head and realize that you are the one who creates your life. Tomorrow, what you do today, when you wake up tomorrow, you can actually create and design that entire world. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, no, 100%. What's that saying? Just get 1% better every day in terms of, wake up and say, what did I do today? It doesn't have to be anything major or drastic, but, what did I do today to improve moving forward in a compounding way? Like in a year or two, all these little small steps are going to add up to really changing my life. But yeah, like Damon said, like you shape your own reality when you wake up. You can wake up and have a negative attitude, like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. Or you can wake up and have that mentality like, all right, I'm going to take on the day. You know, this is going to be I'm going to own this day. whatever you want to tell yourself. But you shape your own reality. I 100% agree with that.
It's real easy to have a negative attitude. You know?
Real. Yep. 100%.
They make it easy, guys.
Yeah.
You know? One thing I like to I want to start speaking into existence, because that's what you do. You cast spells, and it's a good thing. It's a positive thing. It's good energy, because what you're projecting is actually something good. So goodness will come from it. We just need a better society for us. Me and my friends up there. Me and this society up there. These guys up there. Those good guys up there. You see those guys up there? They're good people. They're the regular people, not the big execs who worked in tech all their lives, who were on movie sets. No, these guys break their back and they break their mind. They think for themselves. They're not easily coerced. And they're not sheep. You're not going to use some stupid deception and have people fooled. It's not going to happen. Not with these people. These are spiritual warriors right here who are awake. You're in trouble. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, no, do not let a lot of us get together, and that's what we're going to do here. We're going to find others, and that's their worst nightmare. They don't want us to congregate and form a society of awakened people. That's their worst fear. So 100% agree with that. Another thing I see a lot, around the world is the idea of victim mentality. And everybody wanting to be a victim in today's world. I just think that that mindset in general is you've already lost if you have that mentality like, oh, the government's against me. I can never do this. I can never do that. Just always that the mindset is not going to get you anywhere. And you see that with a lot of kids on social media. And what I do, for my everyday thing is I teach young men, how to be more sociable and go out there and speak to women. And a lot of these men, they're like, oh, I'm too ugly. Oh, I can't get a girl. Oh, she'll never like me. It's just like, come on, dude. Like, you're never going to get.
I didn't even know you
ahead.
did that. So you do a mentoring type of thing
Yeah,
to
I
get
put
men?
out content, advice and stuff like for younger men in terms of just giving them advice and tips on dating and stuff like that.
Wow,
But a
I
lot of
didn't
them
know
come
that.
out with this victim mentality where they don't even want to try. They don't want to
Well,
attempt to better themselves.
the
It's
yeah.
always, I can't do this. I'm ugly. I'm ugly, so she's not gonna like me. It's just I have a big
So
nose. I'm like, dude,
they have a bad
that
they have
and
a bad image of themselves. So
exactly. And the low
you gotta.
self-esteem,
Yep.
other people can,
Well,
especially
that's what
women.
women have that. Well, they used to have it more than men did at one time, but I'm
Yeah,
not so
the
sure
age of
anymore with all the crazy stuff going on. They're superstars now, so a lot of them have a big head. If they're on, the TikTok or whatever, all these different social medias, millions of
yeah.
pictures. Look at me, look at me, look at me.
Believe
It's
me,
about
they're
me.
not.
Who cares about you? It's about me. And look at all these guys. They love me. Look
Yeah.
at them. They all want me. It's great. And it's like, hey, yeah, it's great.
What they don't realize is, yeah, they might all want you, but they don't want to be your
Well, they don't.
boyfriend. They don't want to marry you.
Yeah,
They just
they don't.
want.
They don't want the farm. They just want the fun without the farm.
That's still a self-esteem issue.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
If you're out there and you're doing whatever you can to get people to like your pictures, and it means that, you know what I mean, that's because you can't let it go. You know, you need that. That's an addiction. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mhm.
that's what makes them feel good. They don't realize that to just work on themselves and feel good as a person, like, you don't need all that shit. You know what I mean? It's like,
Guys,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
part of the brain that controls emotions and feelings, it doesn't control language. So it's hard to hold on. It's hard to put in words. Uh, I hate being on my phone because people call and shit, man. Okay, it's hard to put in words or articulate through words uh the behavior, the feeling of what someone said when they put why in it. Why are you late? You say to your kid, why are you late home from school? And they say, oh, come on, dad. But if you say, what happened that you got home so late? Their responses will be different.
Mm-hmm.
Because the part of the brain that controls feeling and behavior doesn't control language. Um, that's why it's hard for people now to explain how they feel on the inside. Um, it's really a psychological warfare that we're fighting today. It's telepathical. This is a spiritual war that's telepathical right now. And I think many people feel that. Uh,
Yeah, and
I
just
think
going
many
back to
people. I
go
think
ahead,
many
bro.
people also, as a result of texting versus talking on the phone, is also it's also has an effect on how to express your feelings because you're not used to talking about them. You're more like texting about them, and it's like your brain works differently when you're texting versus talk because it's like you're pre-thinking you're texting a lot, and then but you're not really feeling you're texting. Where if you're talking, I think you have more, you can feel your emotions more talking than you
well,
can
well,
texting.
well. Think about this too. Think about all the younger generations who are out there now, where all they're seeing is people curate their social media pages, as if they're living this luxurious, stress-free life. um, that they don't have any problems and the world's just fine. And then
Yeah,
you have
right.
and then you have the government and the news channels and the media outlets and all the influences in every sector of life telling you that everything's great and wonderful and Lambo and LFG and it's lit and YOLO. Um,
Yeah.
it's it's
Well, then,
it's
then, then you have the people pretending look at my life, it's great, on
well, well,
Facebook, and look at
Well,
this,
what
and
it
look
re-
at me.
what it really is the ego
Yep.
feels all that. The
Mm-hmm.
natural self, the higher self, does they don't even know that part of them exists. They just get this fuzzy feeling when they kiss or hug or tell a joke and laugh.
Mm-hmm.
They're like robots, man. They really are.
Yeah.
They're living a projected a projected hallucination of a reality of what society is.
It's
And we are
also
the people, who know all that is bullshit, and we got to
Yep.
somehow come together and fix this or fix ourselves and get away from these people.
it's also, seeking external validation from other people. That's like if we go back to the women posting themselves on social media, that's all they're looking for, external validation from strangers on the internet. And going
It's
to the
like,
crypto example, you've got people flexing and they're seeking external validation for their Lambos and their watches, and their luxurious vacation. Like, oh my God, like that's exactly what they're looking for. And that's not going to find them happiness. Oh, what are they going to,
Nope.
the next day they'll look at their picture that has 50,000 likes and think, oh my God, I'm so happy now. The picture has 50,000 likes. It's shallow. It's empty.
It's the celebrity effect in their head. They want to be like, they have that, the celebrity, like, wow, look at me. Look, it's like the Kardashian effect, I guess.
I'm famous.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm famous, even though I'm not really a celebrity. I'm a celebrity because, and then a lot of people try to like mimic that,
It's
and it
instant
looks stupid.
gratification.
It's the dumbest thing I ever seen. I know people on, again, fake book, I call it, because it's fake. Because the majority of people on
I
there are
love
just
that.
like
I love that.
pretending.
Yeah.
They're pretending that they're like, wow, look at me. I went on a vacation here, and that's great. Don't get me wrong. Okay, I got a girlfriend. Wow, look, wow, we're together now. And you post on there, whatever it gives you the option to, in a relationship. Whoa, everybody wants to know that. I don't care. Who cares? I mean, it's good. I'm happy you're in a relationship, but why do you have to put it out there like, hey, I'm in a relationship? Look at me. And it's like, okay. And then the next 2 weeks later, oh, I'm out having issues or what? It's like they have to say that. It's like that's the weirdest thing I've seen. And
That's usually
it destroys a relationship, in my opinion, to even post it on there. But hey, everyone can do what they want to do. I mean, that's their business. But I just look at that and go, that's a disaster waiting to happen because it
I
just doesn't.
haven't. I
Yeah,
haven't
it's just.
logged into Facebook in 8 years. Is it still the same? People
Yeah, but
waking up.
I like why
People
I
wake
like
up in the
being on there.
morning
I like being on there for
and they
other
scroll
reasons.
down.
I
What I
got
remember from 8 years ago is people would. It seemed to me like people would wake up and scroll their timeline to figure out what they should care about.
Yeah, I guess.
well.
That's what it seemed like to me.
I kind of figured it out a while back, and was able to make sense of it. That man creates both God and devil in his own image. His God is himself at his best, and his devil is himself at his worst. Now, how man does that is through energy, God, word, God, uh, devil, bad, um, the positive, the negative, the um, in the realm of human psyche, uh, there's a profound truth. The gods and devils we create mirror our own image. The God symbolizes our highest virtues: compassion, wisdom, bravery. It's an ideal itself, um, reflecting our best attributes and our most beautiful dreams. This God is light, guiding us towards righteousness and selflessness, embodying everything that is good within us. But the evil we conjure represents our darkest fears and our flaws. It's the shadows of our worst fucking impulses. Um, it's greed, hatred, and despair. See, this darkness isn't an external evil, but it's a manifestation of our own moral fallings and failings and fuck ups and mistakes. It's there. It is it's that depth to which we can sink to that. See, and this is a dance of creation within us, within our spirit, within our mind. That each choice we make paints our existence, teetering between the angelic and the demonic. The gods and devils are not there, or they're not mere images or figures of worship or fear, but reflections of our life's journey, our struggles, our victories, our trials, our tribulations. They symbolize the duality within each soul, the capacity for goodness and a profound darkness. See, when we understand this, we realize our true character is defined by not by the deities we envision, but by our daily actions, our kindness or our cruelty, our truthness or our deceit. See, this is the real life, guys. The realization of this lies the power to elevate or degenerate our spirit, reminding us that the essence of our nature lies not in imagined heavens or hells, but within the core of our humanity. We have awakened. We have awakened. Um, they don't know what to do with this because this has never happened when it wasn't hidden, when it wasn't a hidden society, when we weren't doing this uh secretly. We're doing this on a world stage. We're doing this in the open. Uh, we're
Yeah,
coming together, guys.
and
That's the biggest part of this experiment because I know it's a big deal to us that we're like a doxed team, but sometimes I wonder, and I'm just thinking out loud, does the average investor really care
Yes,
who's doxed and who's not?
yes,
They do?
yes,
Okay. I would think they
yes.
should, like I do, but
Transparency.
sometimes I wonder, you know, what people really care about.
Oh
And
no. Oh no no
the
no no
the
no no.
people the
90
people the people
ninety
in web
percent of the population will come and buy, and they don't care who owns it. They don't care what it is. If they think there's money there and somebody pointed them there, they're going. No, you're right about that. But no,
yeah. So what makes us special is what makes us special. It is what it is.
is we
I
think.
just
We think. We're
wonder
thinkers. Free
how
thinkers.
important that is to the collective. I
Very.
don't think it's very important now. I think it'll be more important later, though.
Yes. Yes.
I think it'll be very important later.
See, I think it's important now to that we build our society of free thinkers with a base core of really uh people who are further along in their spirituality, in their transformation, because a solid core of inspiration has always been the growth of a new nation. Uh, you can go to any written literature that explains that whenever like-minded free thinkers come together with the greater good of spirituality, there's no weapon formed against them that will prosper. It's not a fake reaction to something that's happening in the matrix they created. They can't use the matrix to make it go away. So they're dealt with having to let it exist and hope that they get in the way of themselves, which
Can
is
I
what.
give clarity on something real fast? We speak a lot of spirituality. When Damon speaks of spirituality, this is not to be confused with religiosity.
Correct.
Spirituality is something that comes from within. It's a self discovery and the discovery of how you connect with the world and connect with the universe. Religiosity is something totally different. That's more of worshiping something else, which is
Right.
fine too. I just wanted to draw the distinction between the two and what we're trying to say here.
So
But go
yeah,
ahead.
yes, my friends, you are only one being, but you have within you consciousness. That consciousness is what is this instrument is what this instrument would call Christ consciousness. It is the consciousness of unconditional love. Unconditional love. That is what consciousness is. Well, you have to go looking for that consciousness. It cannot be sent in a message. But you can ask for help in finding that consciousness. Your guidance system is just waiting for you to ask for help. The angels surround you are breathless with anticipation that you will remember them and you will call for them. They love you with a love that we cannot describe to you. It is the love of the one creator. They are the bits of that consciousness, uncreated, sent forth in purity, unable to enter incarnation, and able only to help when asked by incarnated beings, such as yourself. Remember to ask for help because it's there. It's always been in you. Go ahead, man.
Amy joined us. Hi, Amy. How you doing?
I was just about to say that.
Yeah. Just let her unmute her
Hey
mic.
guys, how you guys doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thanks for joining us.
Good. How are you?
Hi, Amy.
Hi, Damon.
How you doing tonight?
Good. It's always nice to hear your voice.
Yes, good to hear your voice as well. I
So,
look forward to it.
oh yes, yes. I missed you a couple of days. I think. I felt like days. I don't hear you every day.
Yes.
No, the last time we did a video show, you were on it, Amy.
Oh yeah, video show. I'm talking about Damon. Also,
Yeah.
if you don't do a video, he's always on Twitter or X space.
Yes, guys. X.
The X.
If you don't have a Twitter X account, go create a Twitter or X account. And then when you do and you're done, if you're done setting it up, go follow at WBN underscore ERC. And when you do, from there, you will see the community and the society of WBN that is on Twitter. But yeah, just want to say that.
And you could actually do yourself one better. You can go to wisdombanknetwork.com where you'll find the official X link. You will find the official Facebook page. You will find the official YouTube page. You will find the official Instagram page and also the official Telegram page you can join. Everything you need, all things WBN, you could find at wisdombanknetwork.com. Have yourself a visit if you haven't already.
Yes, or you could just do that.
We're good to join to be connected with the community on a daily basis. You can see what's going on. The Telegram is good because it's always people on this, in that space communicating one another. That's another good thing.
Yes, Telegram, guys. If you go on our website, wisdombanknetwork.com, and you scroll to the bottom, you'll see all our links across the bottom, right next to each other. You can, if you don't have a Twitter, you can hit the Twitter
on
link.
top. If you're on a PC, it's the links are on top too. They're everywhere, man. They're all over the place.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely follow the YouTube because you'll get to watch yourselves as this goes up as our next episode. So that's where we're releasing all the video podcasts along with Apple and Spotify as well. If you're working, you can't really watch a video for however long we do this. You could pop it in your ear, listen to the audio version. So yeah, you can find all our stuff there. Appreciate you joining us, Amy. And Damon, did you want to get into, the first time in documented history that the awakening won't be a secret society. It won't be done in secrecy.
Ooh, that's a
And
good
that
one, Brano.
we're in the age of awareness information.
Yes, that's a good one.
Okay.
You know, it. Let me just say, I'll start by saying this, guys. It's not so much what you do in the manifested world, but how you do it. With what love you do it. With what gentleness and compassion for the self and for the other self and for the entire suffering earth planet. Um, in the awareness of the suffering of the world, a conscious spiritual soul can feel guilty for those who do not eat. Saints can feel guilty because they have not beaten themselves twice a day with chains, but only once. You cannot remove this type of lesson from the life experience, uh, and many such a way. In life, you're supposed to be laughing. You should be encouraged to laugh a lot. That you take things lightly, extra lightly sometimes. That you're able to gently lift yourself up, uh, and move into awareness of beauty of the present moment. For this is the center of things. This is the present point in your life. Uh, this is the less confused place. Uh, a place where your eye is upon the situation at hand. Um, laughter is a spiritual discipline, especially for those who are uh, serious in their transformation. You have to be transparent with yourself because this earth is an illusion. The illusion called Earth, or the Earth plane, is designed as a sea of confusion. It is designed in such a way as greatly to discourage entities from being able to cope from the standpoint of intellect, therefore easily manipulated by a control system. Um, it is designed to toss people out of their intellects on their ear, to bring them to their knees and place them in sanctum, uh, tired. It's this is a place of suppression, depression, and compression of the consciousness. We're waking up, and that's the important part.
Yeah, I think COVID was a big wake up call to anyone who, I guess, felt something was off, but then that was like their first flex, I think, to try and flex on everybody and show us what they can really do to the hive mind and society in general, if they wanted to. And I think a lot of people were like, nope. A lot of people were like, I see what's going on. You guys went too far. And I don't know. Would you say that was a big factor in a lot of more people kind of realizing what was going on?
When they say the law of one, Brano, they're referring to the sixth density consciousness of unity consciousness.
What is that?
And what that means is the law of one states that the human race and the oneness of God is all the same thing. That everything outside of that, everything outside of the sixth density is controlled by you. Anything, anything what you imagine you make happen, and you do that with that one that oneness. Um, the universe in which we live is a recap. It's basically a recap uh, of all the data gathered in each part of the intelligent infinity mind. Uh,
Well,
it's see, there's entities in the universe, and each entity is the creator. The entity, as it becomes more and more conscious of itself, gradually comes to the turning point, the transformation at which it determines to seek either in service to others or in service to self. Do you get it? That the seeker becomes the adept when it's balanced with minimal adequacy. The energy centers around red, orange, yellow, and blue, with the addition of the green for the positive.
mm,
Moving into indigo work. The adept then begins to do less of what the preliminary or the outer work having to do with function, and it begins to affect the inner work, which has to do with being. Do you get it? As the adept become a more and more consciously crystallized entity, it gradually manifests more and more of that which it always has been since before time. That is the one infinite creator. You are, in fact, the one infinite creator. And if you can get that through your mind as quick as necessary, because it's already there. Most people already feel it. Most people feel it. Most people are actually living it. And that's why they're being pulled to that vibration. Because it is an inner calling. It's the oneness. See, the mind and the soul, the energy of the mind, spirit, and the soul, it always attaches to the same frequency of JC, of Amy, of Mike. That frequency, the same way you guys see yourselves on that screen, in order. Just think of lines going like this, like this, like this, like this, like that.
All bouncing off. Yeah, all bouncing off each other.
It's just like you would actually see it if situations were different.
Someone just entered the room.
Yes, sir.
Do we want to allow?
We have JP.
Go ahead.
JP, how's it going, JP? Can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
JP.
Loud and clear.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Appreciate you showing up. I know it's probably a different time zone where you're at, but we finally got you to come onto a podcast, and just wanted to kind of, maybe learn a little bit more about yourself and your journey into crypto and how you kind of found out about this project. I think I know that you're friends with Steve, or you know Steve somehow. But yeah, just tell us a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind.
Yeah, my name's JP. I'm out here in LA. I'm a commercial union plumber, and Yeah, I met Steve through another a group where they kind of teach you crypto, and the guy that was kind of running it was a douche. He kind of acted like he was for the people, but he turned around and just was
AKA your average influencer. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, and he's just a hypocrite. He act like he was for you, and then he just turned around and just not be about what he's trying to say what he's about. I mean, he just completely was totally different than what he was trying to say he was. And basically I learned through Steve about this project, and then I started listening to you guys, and just everything hit home, what you guys stand for. And I started telling my other people about it. And basically, I got JC into it. I got my daughter's boyfriend into this, and I got my other buddy Darren into this. So yeah, we like what you guys stand for, and we could, you can tell the difference of liars and real people, and you can just hear the passion in your guys' voice, and you guys are real, the real deal here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome, man. Welcome. I keep telling you guys, keep look around. Look who around. Good people are showing up here. Free thinking, like-minded people are showing up here. I can't express how important that is, guys. That people from all walks of life are actually answering a call, and they're getting magnetized to an energy, to a vibration, that when this thing starts to spread, it's going to be big. I think everybody here knows that. There's always this part of society when there's a fucked up society. There's always a group of people who think alike and actually think, that actually have common sense and logic and believe in principles. Sorry guys. Yeah, it's always, when like-minded people eventually awaken to the awareness that what the environment and the culture has given us is not a satisfying reality, that it's unacceptable. It's when you eventually awaken to the awareness that what the environment and the culture has given is not a satisfying reality. It doesn't speak. It doesn't resonate any longer. It must be escaped, or it must be seen through. And you awaken to the knowledge that there's more. And you want more. You want to explore more. You want to explore that unknown, that mystery for which you yearn with all your heart, with all your spirit and all your soul. Each of you set out on a journey from chaos to serenity, from fear to love, from being taken to becoming a person of choice. You are the creator, my friends. How shall you choose your creation to be? You did not come here to rest forever in that ocean of love. You came here to dance on the shore, to be part of the rhythm of the vast illusion, and to interact with all that there is, and mix and mingle with like-minded and free-thinking people along the way.
What makes us unique too, man? I've been studying like other projects. I mean, from what you could tell, because many of these people aren't docs like we are, but what stands out about the team is we're really more like the community, because we're not really quote unquote crypto guys. We're entrepreneurs. businessmen, family men, from different segments of life and professions, but we haven't been sitting around crypto for the past 8 years waiting for the perfect opportunity to scam somebody. That's what a lot of these guys have been doing. They've just been hanging around just long enough to gain the trust of just enough people so they could run some sort of try to get rich quick scam.
Right.
We're actually not really crypto guys. It took us a lot of growing pains just to put this project together. I mean, we were we were learning literally on the fly. Like we were building the plane as we were flying. Literally.
We were. We were.
So we're more like Braino's laughing because he knows I'm telling the truth. So we're really like the community. There's really no difference between the team and the community are pretty much the same people.
And I really love what JP said in terms of like he joined a couple spaces and he said like he felt it was authentic as opposed to the person he was learning from on TikTok.
That's a man with discernment. Yes.
Yeah, but that's a huge compliment to. Go ahead, David.
Braino knows. Guys, Mike said that because we built WBN and we came together because we were the community. We were the community getting raped, getting robbed, scammed, drugged. We were that community. We just came together and said, guys, this isn't right, man. There's a lot of money here, and people need to change their lives. And then we found out that everybody's like-minded and conscious, and like, wow, we're really the people losing here. The good people.
Yeah, and I knew it was a great idea because I thought to myself, okay, I'm pretty new to DeFi, but I've been in crypto for 5 or 6 years now. If I could get the wool pulled over my eyes, if I could be fooled by a bad actor, and I've been around for 5 years, what could become of someone who's brand new, right? So creating an alternative to that madness and chaos just was a no-brainer to me. But yeah, it's been a very good omen in my life for sure.
Yeah, and in terms of the phrase, building the airplane while it was in the air, there was probably only one to three people who were like really have deep crypto knowledge. Everybody else, like Mike said, we have different expertise. Like we've got bankers on the team, law enforcement, entrepreneurs, just different expertise, which we all kind of use what we could in terms of our skills, and it's all led into building this project. And so in terms of like, we're not a bunch of VCs or billionaires starting a coin. It's not even close to that. So I feel like the transparency in you guys seeing who we are and kind of being on here with the community, like you don't see other projects do that in Web3, especially. I don't know if you guys have dabbled in the streets of crypto Twitter, but it's a dark place. You don't know who's launching projects. They're anonymous, and people are out there hoping to get lucky with putting their money in something and hoping it 1,000x's the next day.
And being doxxed is a bad word. If you're a dev or you're part of a crypto project, being doxxed is literally an insult. Like, you would dox me? Oh my God. It's like it's like their life is in danger or something if they're doxxed and people know who they are. And that could only be for one reason, because they've ripped people off. Why else would someone be so afraid? I mean, certain people have certain jobs and, they might post something here or there, that is contrary to the rules and what they signed on to their corporate job. And I get that. But I sense something else. My spirit tells me that these people are deathly afraid of being doxxed because they have been ripping people off for a very, very long time. And they just do not want you to know who they are.
Right.
What's
Period. Doxed means you are no longer a picture of a cartoon, and you're an actual person, and we know who you really are. We know your real name. You're not Superman.eth. You are James T. Johnson. You see what I mean? Doxed. Yeah. So that is it's a very rare thing. And that's how you know that the space there's a lot of crooked shit going on. Just a lot of people that is scared to death for you to know who they are. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, so I'm interested in JP, how you kind of met Steve. Did you meet him as part of that that course group, or did you first meet C Crypto on TikTok? Because in terms of where
No,
you
no,
guys met.
I met him in that course. You know, this guy was teaching us, you know, how to read charts and how to do futures and stuff. But you know, he just took advantage of a lot of people. You know, he took advantage of Steve as well. You know, and yeah, and then you know, me and Steve just kind of he messaged me on the side, and you know, he's kind of walked me through things, and you know, we've helped each other out along the ways. If it wasn't for Steve, I don't even know if I would have figured out how to buy this coin. So
That's another thing. How was your buying experience, or was that your first time using kind of the meta?
it took me like 2 days to figure it out, and
Okay.
then with the help with me and JC, kind of going back and forth, we kind of helped one another out, but mostly it was Steve that, you know, kind of walked us through it, and then, you know, we kind of just learned off of each other, and then I had to walk my buddy Darren all the way through it, and that was just a nightmare and a half. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't know how to do anything, so I mean, I was just scared that he was going to lose his money, you know, transferring it from one thing to the other, him hitting something wrong, you know. So but yeah, we figured it out, and we're in.
Yeah, I know that's the scary thing, sending crypto online for the first time, just hoping that it receives, or the other end actually gets it, because it's floating in the air somewhere, right? That's how crypto works.
Yeah.
And there's no refunds. You can't call anybody and say, hey, you know, that's why a lot of
Damon
people.
had mentioned earlier that we're putting together a DEX to make it easier to onboard people, you know, and that'll be coming here pretty soon, and that should solve a lot of the problems, because I had the same headaches introducing WBN to people. I go through the same thing. I have no special magic way of making it easier. No, I go through the exact same thing everyone else goes through, and I'm looking for solutions, and we should all be getting one pretty soon here.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, not only, you know, us who are looking for the 99 or 95% of the population who have not gotten into crypto yet, they're going to be looking for a super easy way to buy this token. You know, hopefully, you know, crypto is, you know, they've in the next couple of years, there's an easier way to onboard, you know, the normal person to buy this token. And, you know,
Yeah.
things might come out that make it super easier.
I hope to make it so easy as to, you go to the website, there's a glossary index of a few words that you have to learn what they mean, you know, 1 or 2 steps, and boom, there it is. I hope it's actually that easy.
Well, you're actually going to go on to the site, and there's going to be a spot that's going to say ETH Ethereum with the diamond, and then it's going to be a spot where it says WBN, and next to it's going to be a little owl, and it's going to be a little animated owl, and you're going to hit it, and you're going to type in how many WBN you want to buy, and then all you do is just put in your
Well,
information.
you'll connect your wallet right there, right?
Yes.
You will connect your wallet right on the spot.
Yep.
That's
Yes.
when you guys are going to take off. Because I'm telling you, man, convenience is everything.
Yep.
Yeah, the onboarding process is, like you said, it's scary for someone who's never done it, and it can get complicated, depending on, which wallet you use or which route you try to go. So that's not just with our crypto. That's with, well, I guess it's a little easier if you're buying like Bitcoin or Ethereum on one of the bigger exchanges where it's pretty self-explanatory there. But
Guys,
even
there's a
there,
Yeah.
like you said, there was like a 7-day holding period for your money. And that is just a scam. I'm sorry. But if you want to get in, at a certain point, 7 days later in crypto is like
Yeah.
7 months. Might as well be 7 months later, especially if
Right.
you're trying to
yeah.
catch something on a
Yeah.
dip. Forget
It's
about
just
it.
ridiculous. It's like the banks putting hold on your money so they can, meanwhile, the money's sitting there and they're using it, making interest, not giving you the money so that they can make the interest on your money floating out there before they release it to you.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
They floated around. And guys, that's something I wanted to talk about tonight. If you want to talk about it a little bit, about what's happened with the central banking system and cryptocurrency. So when you get your check direct deposited into your account from work, it sits there. If you don't have any direct payments set up in the next couple days, it looks at your last spending habits to see what you do with your money. It then the AI it then calculates if you're going to spend money or not. If you're going to let it sit before you spend it when this bill's due on the 10th, and you're letting it sit in your bank account because you can't spend it because you have your mortgage payment due on the 3rd, and it's the 27th and you just got paid. They'll take that money on the 27th and go flip it. An AI bot will flip it, and then on when it's due on the 3rd, they'll put it back into the account. The funds will be available, and they'll send it to the insurance company. When the insurance company receives that payment, it never receives the money behind it. It only receives the interest debt. Guys, your whole monetary system is a fucking joke. The money that you buy a house with, say you go to the mortgage company and you find a good mortgage company and they're going to back you on a $250,000 house. You need to put 10% down, so 25,000 down, or you're a first time home buyer. They found some grants and you got to put 10 grand down. The only actual money that gets traded during that whole interaction, that transaction, is the money that you put down. That 250,000 that is lent by the bank, the mortgage company, just gets set in numbers. There's no physical paper behind it. It's just a number. And that's how this happens. That's how it works. That's how this financial system is set up to run on debt. That the only money actually getting paid is interest. Uh, yeah, it's really bad, guys. It's no way for the little guy to ever make it, to ever pass down anything to generations of grandchildren or anything else. You are fucked here. And your kids are
Hey,
fucked.
Dame.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I just wanted to say something real quick because I have to drop out. I just think this is important.
Yeah, go
Um,
ahead.
we are still, we are still building the plane while we are flying here, and we are very early. Everyone on this panel is very early. Everyone in this community is very early. We are very driven, and we will continue to build out this project as much as necessary. We have the decks on the way, which will make it easier to acquire WBN. We have a launch pad on the way as well, which is going to be a huge utility for WBN. And we have an ever growing community. We're going to continue the podcasting and broadcasting and letting people tell their stories. And like I said, that's my favorite part. And I just want to thank everybody for being part of our journey. And I wish I could stay to the end of this, but I can't. But I hope you all live as long as you want and never want as long as you live. Thank you so much for being part of our community. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Take it easy.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike, have a good one, brother. Hey, Brano, I want to comment on something Mike just said about the ecosystem we're creating here. Um, I just want to
Go.
be clear that the mission here at the Wisdom Bank Network, where all the wisdom that comes here is coming from you and me and like-minded free-thinking people. We're coming with our banks this time. But when we come with our banks and we get together now, um, it's not money we're bringing. We're bringing value. We're bringing our life experiences. We're bringing our passion. We're bringing our compassion. We're bringing our values. We're bringing our morals, our principles, and we're being transparent with one another so we can trust each other and believe in each other and inspire each other to become entrepreneurs and to become financially free from a system that tries to enslave us with debt. That's all this community is, guys. And if you don't want to buy crypto, you don't have to here. You can come with like minded and free thinking people and just feel comfortable. And when you're comfortable, you can lead the horse to water and you can let him drink it. But you got to bring him, you got to let him go, and you got to let him get used to that water, used to his surroundings, used to his new habitat, that safety here. Um, I know you can't pass consciousness around, but I know you can inspire people. I know you could tell a story of how you overcame such hard things, and it will inspire people to believe in that because they too have been through some horrible things. Um, and that's the oneness in us, people. That's the oneness we seek in each other, and we hunger for that. Um, there's wealth here, people, and it's not just money. It's value here. It's wisdom here. It's hidden knowledge. It's laws of the universe, the laws of Hermedes. It's life here, and we're forming such a beautiful society here of what society should be. That if you want to be a hustler, then you can be a hustler and you can go get it and you can get the life that you want and you can envision the life you want and you can make it happen. Tomorrow when you wake up, it can be a different day. It could be a new beginning. I said I bought a shirt the other day. It said, um, grind or starve. Grind or starve. Come on, guys. There shouldn't be single mothers out here working a full time job, making $2,000 a month when her apartment is 1750. Come on, man. That's just wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong that our single women are out here busting their ass without fathers because the system that was designed to take them away. Um, we have to think smarter. We have to think harder. Um, we have to come together for each other. And when we come together for each other and we build each other up, we build ourselves up. And if you get to that spiritual part of your journey where you're building your spirit up and you're believing in yourself and you're loving yourself and you got a healthy diet of not just the food you eat, but the junk you bring in your vision, what you watch, what you listen to, what you hear, the people you're around, the energy you consume. This is a society of health, of wealth. Cryptocurrency is just the reward. It's just the reward. It's
It's
like, oh,
also
here you
also a
go.
tool. Yeah.
It's a tool. Cryptocurrency is the greatest thing that ever happened in my life. You know, it really opened up my eyes to why they call it cryptocurrency. Look up the Webster's dictionary definition of crypto. It means hidden currency. Guys, this is for us. It's decentralized right now. The government doesn't control it, and they don't govern it. so we can take advantage of it and build our society back better right here. And we could do it without government, without voting and bullshit border wars and wars in Israel and in Ukraine. And who gives a fuck about all those fake media propaganda wars? We don't. We're used to the shit. We're tired of the shit, and we're
That
standing
reminds
up here.
Yeah, that reminds me, Damon, of like our you know, in terms of what we looked at this project in the future, and that is to all get, you know, a location in Texas somewhere where we can build a community, we can buy
A
land, and we
compound.
compound or whatever you want to call it, um, of like-minded individuals, because you could live anywhere and then have neighbors and you know, I know personally when I have children, I want my kids to be hanging around other kids who have parents who are not total matrix plugged idiots. I want my kids to be hanging around, you know, people who I deem as you know, just people who are awake and people who see the evils of the world. And, you know, building a community like that and having a compound of, you know, conscious people, that's just a beautiful thing. And that was kind of like a long-term thing. And when I say long-term, I don't even mean like 10 years. I mean like 1, 2 to 3 maybe at most. But, that was definitely a kind of, you know, we talked a lot about that and, you know, what we kind of wanted to what we thought about WBN and what we could potentially do with it.
You know,
Yeah, I think also, if you're around the like types of people, you can protect each other because you're all thinking about the things you should be thinking about instead of worrying about your neighbor getting you into trouble for something. For the unwoke people out there that are just, hey, he's doing this wrong, and then you got to worry about people telling on you.
you know, Brad, we talked a lot. We we went over so many things, in podcasts and spaces, and the universe, God, that one creation, the Creator has already forgiven all that we may do. Um, but us, ourselves, however, must forgive the self, be at peace with the self, acknowledge all the thoughts of the self, and attempt as much as possible to become better each and every day. Um, Perfect behavior is impossible and it's meaningless. Um, it is the heart, the love, the emotion that makes you worthy. As the intensity of your love of the Creator and your love of fellow men and your love of yourself grow, so shall you become a more and more metaphysical light being, moving affirmantly from your strength, from your core. That is the Creator within, the consciousness, rather than running from, avoiding, or being embarrassed about many, many errors that limit it, that any may limit it, or somewhat ignorant, um, that you might take or go through. You're already forgiven for that. Um, it knows that life is challenging. It knows that you have to transform, that you have to find it, you have to feel it to heal it. It knows that. Um, it's different, guys. This is different. This is real. This society that we live in, we are the real society, and we have to step up and and let them know that we are here for what is ours, and we know that it's ours because we feel it. We're part of it. We're one, um, and we feel that in each other as a humanity. Um, and now we have a platform where we can come together, where we can help each other break generational curses and generational stains passed down by grandparents and great grandparents. We can do that, guys. And that's the beautiful thing about coming together, about becoming one.
Yeah, I have a question for kind of everybody on the panel. Do you have like people in your immediate life where you can kind of talk about the certain stuff that you believe, freely without having anyone look at you like you're crazy?
No, no, nope.
Okay.
There's nobody who's fucking who has the brain to give me an answer that I can reciprocate and learn. Like I like people that can compete with me, so that if I can take an L, that means I won. That means I'm learning. You get me? Some people
Yes.
speak just to fucking have the voice heard rather than give information. And unfortunately, no, I don't have people like that in my life. I don't. I guess the people here that I'm listening to now,
Yeah, I have a couple people. I have about 2 people like that besides here.
you're lucky.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I don't
because
have.
I
I
grew
don't
up,
have. I
I
don't
just,
have any.
I mean,
I don't have any.
the only reason is it just happened to work out that way. I mean, my best friend died, and he was like me too. So I mean,
Hmm.
Yeah, you're
he's,
lucky, man. You're
but I
lucky.
mean, through him, through other people, I met another 2 people. But I mean, I have acquaintances that think, they're on the same page, but their families, everybody's divided. So as many as there are, it's there's always going to be, the other side. I mean, even my own family. I mean, it's forget it. It's
Yeah.
just you just kind of like, okay, you're done. I'm not gonna. It's just think what you want, do what you want. Everything you say is right. See you later. Call me sometime. I hope we'll see who lives the longest. Who's gonna end up a year longer, and then and we'll go from there because family, no family, Democrat, Republican, it doesn't even matter anymore because they don't realize that you know it just doesn't matter. They're both on the same. If you're still backing up one side to the other, you're definitely lost. And then on top of that, it's a you just like I said, I have a friend through other friends that I talk to, and me and him are actually, our birthdays are on the same month. We're both the same sign, and we both think identically alike. So I mean, and the funny part is his father and my father were on the same birthday too, like close to the same birthdays, same month, same signs. So it's just weird that I ended up meeting him. It's just, I mean, I tried to get him on here with us, but he's kind of, he's just got a lot of stuff going on. He just, to
Well,
certain
get him to
things.
get him to Twitter first, yeah, so that it doesn't have to
Well,
be
it's
on
not that.
camera.
He's just, he's on the right. He knows what's going on, but at the same
Mm.
time, he's like, well, I'll wait for you to make it, and then we'll see if you got your private helicopter, you can come pick us. And you know
Yeah,
what?
you can't
I said,
consider
you know
him.
what?
You
Yeah,
can't consider him somebody
yeah.
who gets it.
Well, no, he gets it. It's just he doesn't want to. When it comes to crypto, like he's just, well,
Yeah.
he just some people just aren't going to go there. I tried my best. I told him, I said, listen, let's just pretend, okay, you have a house, which you do, and you have your bank accounts, right? And you're relying on your bank accounts to pay your bills and pay your mortgage, pay all that, right? Let's just say we have a reset, which he knows it's coming as well. Okay, now he's like, well, if they shut off all the power and they kill everything, we're not going to be able to get anything anyway. I said, yeah, but they're going to eventually have to turn it back on, one way or the other. And then your money is going to be who knows how much you're going to actually have or not have at that point, if they even let you have what you have left. So you have no other resources other than the bank. I said, that's one reason you should want to put your money somewhere else too. You don't want to just leave it one spot and say, here, I'm going to rely on this, because you don't know what's going to happen. But he said,
Right.
we're going into hard times. We may not even get out of it. He's got the same mindset. He knows where we're at. It's
So
just,
here's where he needs to speak to somebody who actually has an answer for everything that he says. When
mm-hmm.
he says, "What if the lights go out? What if it goes bad?" Well, you're actually investing in crypto, so you can make your Ethereum and put it on a ledger and take it offline. So if
Well,
they
no, no,
turn,
no. He knows all. Like I kind of explained that to him, but he doesn't want to. You know how you say like people don't want to get into new things.
It's the
Just
fear of the unknown. Yeah.
Well, it's
Oh,
not
so
even
he's
that. He
not
just
going to
doesn't
make
want to
it. So
do it.
he's not going to make it. He's not
Listen.
going to make it.
No, I mean he doesn't think he just thinks, you know what? I mean, the hell with this place.
He
He's ready
thinks
to
the dollar.
go.
Oh,
Does he
You know what
oh,
I
think the
mean?
dollar? He
yeah.
thinks the dollar is always going to be around? Is that what it is?
It's not even that. No, he's kind of like he knows what's going on. He feels it like we do. He's got anxiety, but he's just like, you know what? They come here and the hell with it. I'm gonna go down shooting. That's just the way he sees it.
Oh wow,
So,
fuck.
what I mean? Like he's just like, he's like, screw it. He's like, because he knows what's going on. He
No,
knows
I
where
don't
everything
know.
is.
You keep saying you know. No,
Well,
I
I said he knows, and as far as with the
no,
news
I
that
don't know.
he, yeah, we
I
don't know,
don't
we
know
don't
what
know,
you're
we don't
saying.
know, but you know what I mean. But in his head, it's like everything's going to hell and looking in, and it's just I get it. Like I know where he's at, but
No, he
he's
done
just
gave up. He's
yeah,
ready to go out
He
shooting.
sounds like
well,
a defeatist, right?
He's
Defeatist
yeah.
defeated.
mentality.
That
I
man
mean, he doesn't. I told him
is
to stop watching because after
defeated.
a while, you can't keep, you
JC,
know.
JP,
Yes, sir.
what do you got to say about that?
What do I got to say about that?
The mindset of someone like that.
Well,
There's nothing I can do. If everything falls to shit, I'll just shoot my way to heaven.
Yeah. Well, he
sometimes you
knows
can't
there's a
treat.
better place, so he's just like,
Sometimes
oh,
you
the
can't
heck with it.
treat
I'm
old
gonna.
dogs new tricks, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's not totally like he's hoping for
Uh,
something to change. In his head, it's like, yeah, well,
I mean, like you
there's
say,
good news,
you
bad
lead the
news,
horse
good
to the
news,
water.
bad
You can't
news.
make them drink it, right?
Yeah.
I want to tell you guys something because you just said something, B-Rad,
Hmm.
that made my spidey senses go ape shit. You said he knows there's a better place. No, the fuck he doesn't. The
Well, I
only
mean, he
way.
hopes yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
spirituality, your transformation, your journey, your life path, you have to on this planet, in this body, in this vessel, your spirit has to know what is next. But you're not able to do that until you find your higher self. That's why people say, well, I hope and pray there's a better place after this. And I used to live my whole life that way. Wow, what the fuck? I'm gonna be dead. I'm not gonna know what happens today. Oh my, was I so wrong? Was I so wrong? I'm so glad I didn't go at that when I was at that state of mind.
Hmm.
I think that is the one thing that they purposely did to our society is make people lose hope that that God isn't real. Scripture isn't real. That spirit, that Holy Spirit that you have inside of you, that feeling isn't real. That who knows if death is if you just go black and it's over, or there's another reality. Um, that's the they devalued our human race by doing that. They
Well,
devalued society by doing that because they took away our consciousness of knowing that I have to be healthy here. I have to get my mind right, my body right, my spirit right, all in a oneness. Um,
mm,
they took that away.
well,
Um,
I
and,
don't, but I don't think he know. Most of us don't know how to. The majority of people don't know how to get there. That's the problem. They don't see that. They can't see that.
no,
Like they don't know how to get that spirituality to where they don't know the balance. They can't get the balance. The balance is off. So how do you?
because they have to find friends who are like that. You have to be around like-minded people
Hmm.
to think like a free-thinking, like-minded person. If you, it all comes down to that diet, right? What you take in. If you're around people who are all just like, oh, fuck it, we'll just party to the end.
Yeah, well, that's. I
You're
think
gonna
that's.
think
Yeah.
you guys are gonna think like
Damon,
each other.
Damon, what's that quote about a toxic place?
Mm. But
A toxic place is more likely to change you than you are to change a toxic place. That's life. Um,
I don't
you have
think. I don't think. I
you
just
have
don't. I think he's not he's not he's unplugged, but he's not completely unplugged to where he's not, because he's not exactly like,
he just
he's in
needs
the
better friends, bro. He needs to be around like-minded people. The
yeah
people that he's around are not his people, because he actually believes. He knows. You said he's awake. He's
yeah
semi-awake.
he's awake. Hmm.
He's just not awake enough to say, I have to remove myself from this energy and get
And
myself around people who actually think like me freely, because
Hmm.
then
and
they'll motivate him, they'll inspire him.
and
It
being
ain't
awake
about
is not
it's not about
like a black
it's
or
not
white
about
thing. There's a
so
spectrum, right? Like there's are you 10%, 50%, 100% awake? Like there's a spectrum there. So, he might be
Well, I mean,
awake in
that's, I
some
mean, he's the
aspects, but
closest. He's the closest to awake people that that I've been associated with, and he's more awake than the majority of the people. He's just not
right.
completely
So
awake, I guess.
so we said earlier, you can't give the message of consciousness. You can't tell people to wake up, right? Everybody is at a different spot in their journey. Everybody who's going through that in life, that journey through life of spirituality, of self-love, self-care, everybody's at a different point.
Hmm.
Everybody's not advanced as the next person. But there's no
Right.
comparison, because each one of our lives is unique to
Right.
us.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't say he's not awake. I
No,
wouldn't say I wouldn't
no.
say he's plugged in, or
he's
he's
on his
No.
his
unplugged.
he's on his own journey.
He's
Yeah.
on his
Right.
own journey.
Right.
I just know, if he's not around the same free thinking, like minded people, that he's not going to grow.
Hmm.
He's not going to get over that ignorance of thinking that there's no way out here. Because there is a way out. There's always a way out. Right here. Right here. You're not trapped. And I think that's the spiritual journey, right? How many people figure out that you need to go this way, not out here? You know,
I think he's got. I think he's got a decent heart and everything. I just think he's frustrated, like a lot of people are. They're frustrated.
society did that to him, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, it did. It did it to all of us in some way or form. But I have another friend. He flies planes for a living, and he's like, "Oh, it's over," and he's unplugged too. But he's like, they're gonna rig the election. And he's going because he's got a couple of kids too, and he's like, "Geez, I can't believe he does." So a lot of people are, even though they're technically unplugged, they still are like, what do we do? What do we do? Type.
They are what they call doomers. There's a word for that. It's
Doomers.
doomers, or
Okay.
people who just they see no hope, and yeah, I think that's what they call them online, doomers. But like Damon said, and all it takes is a group of people around them, or able to.
Both anti-crypto though. They don't.
Guys, I want to,
Both anti-crypto.
if I can explain something real quick. When I say people are plugged in, I mean to the matrix. And what the matrix is time, that clock, where you sell your 40 hours to a
Yeah,
company.
sucks.
When when you're still plugged into the hours on that clock.
Mm-hmm.
What you have to do is break free from that, and you break free from that by stop watching television shows, stop watching stupid videos, stop listening to stupid people who are influencing you with the agenda, um, and start taking in healthy things.
Stop being
To-
around toxic people as well.
yes. I got a bad toothache right now, man. The inside of my mouth is swollen right now.
Did it just spring
bad.
out of nowhere? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
bad. I ate
Maybe
tacos
you're
today.
talking too much. You're talking too much. It flared your tooth
Wow.
up.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. But the reason I asked the panel the question, are there a lot of people in your immediate, close circle that you can kind of talk about this sort of stuff with, is because I feel like we're going to have this in common, is that there's not a lot of people that we can kind of speak about, or all of our thoughts and opinions to freely, without having to worry about being judged or just other complications that you would rather not even deal with at that point. But
all I have are you guys, the society. That's all I got. Nobody I know is awake, and when I mean awake, are willing to admit that the government, the control system, the families have projected a society for you to be ran by. They can't get that. They can't get past that.
Oh, there was a profound quote that you said in last spaces. Talk about the broken society. Damn it. How it's not broken at all. The society is not broken because the society is working exactly how it was intended to work. So,
This isn't a broke.
Yeah.
This isn't a broke system.
It's
This shit is
intentional.
working perfectly.
Yep. Oh yeah. Works for
Exactly.
the bad guys.
Unreal, man. Unreal.
I had a guy, he pulled a gun on me. I was working at a bar. I was one of the doormen at the time, years back. So he pulled a gun on me outside in the parking lot because his wife was drunk, and I told her she can't drive. So he's like, I guess, I don't know, the guy had some drugs in him, some cocaine, I guess. He's snorting in the bathroom or something, and he came out, and his wife starts bitching to him about, hey, he won't let me get in my car. And so he goes back, he grabs his gun out of his car and just points it at me and says, what are you doing to my wife? And I'm like, what? I said, your wife is drunk. I'm trying to save her from driving drunk and crashing her car and getting killed. And the guy's, I'm just standing there and I'm going, is that gun loaded? He's like, you're damn right it is. I said, yeah. I said, well, I hope you don't plan on killing me for trying to save your wife's life. And the next thing you know, he's like, yeah, he didn't even know what the heck was going on. And that thing had all the rounds in it and everything. So the other bouncer that worked there started running at him and basically charged at him the other way. And then he took the gun off me and pointed it on him. And then we just rushed him and grabbed the gun and took it off him. And then at that point, he went to court. And then he got off. He knew somebody. He was connected. So then he gets off with a slap on the wrist. I don't even know if he was. I'm sure the gun must have been registered to him, or they definitely would have thrown him in jail. But so then he pulls it on another guy and shoots him. So then
Wow.
he shoots another guy. This is like 6 months later, and then he went to jail.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
another
this is
example
the system
of
of it's
broken
connection.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was
Everything
intended.
is who you know. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, after that happened, I'm just like, wow, who cares? It's It's definitely these guys just go off on their wild streak, and they get away with it because of who they know. If I did that, I'd be in jail right away. They'd probably throw away the key.
Yeah, no, the system is working as intended. Like today, you see a lot of, well, I don't know if you guys still watch the news, but there's a lot of video of people looting, right, in groups. They'll go in,
Yep.
they'll steal, and there's no consequences, right? The
Well,
cops
nowadays
are
it's
there.
now it's a really different ball game with the way the laws, in California and I guess Philly and New York, and there's just,
Now, you got small mom and pop businesses, being forced to close down because, they can't pay, after all their stuff is stolen.
Yeah.
And it's just it's insane. It really is dystopian to me when I see that. I won't say what I would do if I were in charge to the people that loot. But yeah, it's just wild just to kind of see those people not being held accountable. And then what's to stop them from doing it again? If they know all they have to do is put a ski mask over their head, travel in groups of 50, and not get caught.
Ain't that what they're doing in the stock market and corporate America? Putting on a ski mask, robbing the people, and then no accountability, and they just do it
Yep.
again and again
Mhm.
and again. That's why the people here, the people that are showing up for this newfound society that we have, the society that it should have always been, for the people, by the people, of free thinking, like minded people. That's why the wins feel greater, guys, when you've lost. That's why when you get fit, it feels like a superpower because you've been out of shape for your whole life. That's why, when you lose 75 pounds and you start feeling better and you feel like you got a superpower now because the rest feels more relaxing when you've worked your ass the fuck off. You know, that's why you have to embrace the hard times. They will make the good times feel much better. Um, that's why we're forming, people. That's why we're coming, because this is a vibration. This is a beautiful vibration we're feeling. This is good energy. This got really, really good people showing up here, man. Um, like, I love this, man. We're entering a new reality where everything will start to go our way this time. A new society where everything starts to go our way. It's time. We've had enough lessons. We did the work. We overcame so fucking much. We believed when it was hard to. We never gave up when we wanted to. We pushed through it all. And now it's our turn to receive in a major way. And there's no weapon formed against that will prosper. I promise, guys. Um, it's oh man, go ahead, man.
Yeah, no, passionate words there, and 100% true. I mean, instead of, a lot of people hoping that the government's going to save them, I think we all know here that the government is not going to do shit for us. And whoever becomes the next president, it really is, is not going to matter. And so I feel like this community is proactive as opposed to just being reactive to, stuff that we can't control. But stuff that we can control is what we should be focusing on. And what you can control is how you live your life, how you see, you know, reality, and how you see your life, and doing everything you can to improve your wealth. And that's just not money, your finances. That's, like Damon says, it's what you eat, it's what you hang around, it's the type of energy you consume, it's everything, everything about you that makes you you. So
Yeah. We can't be around ugly people. I don't mean appearance wise either. I mean attitude, soul, the way they think, the way they speak, the way they act. We don't vibe with that. That's unattractive spirits. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That right there. Um, I think for a lot of people, if they can just say to themselves, instead of dwelling on how difficult the journey will be, think of how great the story will be to tell. Um, that's the way to think about it, man. And this tooth is killing me. Holy shit. But yeah, that's the way you got to do it, man. You got to have a positive mindset. It has to be a, a a free a free mindset, and to have a free mindset, you got to have a free feeling soul that you don't want to be held down anymore. Um, you don't want to be around people who lower your energy and make you have to recover from being around them. Um, well, you notice, and you get to notice, the more confident people are, the quieter they become. You know, confidence whispers, and that's why some people just know. They just look at you like, yeah, you got it, I got it. Um, it's mindset, Brano, mindset, buddy.
Yeah. They call it protecting your peace, protect your energy, because your energy is currency to yourself. So if you're wasting it on people that just bring negativity towards you, and it's just a waste of energy. You're not using it correctly or wisely. But yeah, Damon, do you want to just kind of wrap it up and maybe go through each person, because I know your tooth your tooth's probably hurting
It's
right now.
um. I just want to say this, guys. We're born in one day. We die in one day. We can change in one day. We can fall in love in one day. We can fall out of love in one day. Anything can happen in just one day.
Mhm.
It's not as hard as you think. Changing your mindset is not as hard as you think. Make the constant effort to create your reality. And I promise you, if you hang around the right people and you do the right things and you envision the right life, it will come. It will become a reality. Um, we have the proof for that. Um, we talk about spirituality a lot in here, and that's important. It's important to me. It's part of my story. It's part of my inspiration. Spirituality is being authentic, whoever you are, and finding that power within you, using whatever story or thought or inspiration may move you to more deeper and deeper, and with more and more respect into the portion of you which contains infinite treasure, as you are indeed an earthen, filled with gems since birth. Um, this is your true nature, guys. Not this body, but the gems inside, the magic inside, the spirit inside. Your physical body is that which carries you about and enables you to be so blind that you must live by faith and not by proof of words of any kind. And that is the law of one. And
Hmm.
I'll end it there, buddy.
Awesome. Yeah, the law of one. I really need to read the 48 laws of power that you mentioned, Damon. Um,
That isn't a law of power. That is a law of the universe, the law of creation. Um, the 48 laws of power, um, the books, the art of seduction, the 33 strategies of war, the Kabbalion. They're all books that influencing people read to control groups of people. Uh, it would be your government, its agencies. It would be your influencers in crypto. It would be your high ranking lawyers and people who need power to become their ego, their ultimate ego. And That's what those books are for. It's good to read those books so you can recognize the manipulation, the indoctrination. Um, you need to educate yourself to defend against tyranny, against evil. You need weapons to fight that, and it's knowledge, it's wisdom, it's like-minded people, it's free thinking people. It's all a threat to the establishment. And I say the establishment that built this nation, that governed these worlds. We are the people, guys. We have always been the voice. We have always been the heartbeat of this planet. And our selflessness and our oneness is why we're coming together to form our society. And it's not hidden this time. And it's not a membership that you can't get or have to get referred in. This is a membership for humanity, but you have to be awake enough to join the revolution, to join the community, to join the society. If you want to remain in that society where they feed you the bad foods, the bad entertainment, the bad television, the music, if you want to stay in that web of lies, stay there. But there's people that's waking up. There's people that are realizing that their true calling is happening. Their true call to God, spirituality, oneness, to creation. There's people who are following that and they're living healthy. They have good diets and they're creating their own reality. And that is by controlling their thoughts and their energy, not letting bad low vibrational frequencies around them, keeping people who are positive and the inspiration around them. Life changes when you do that, guys. It really does. I promise you, I did it. I was able to change my surroundings, and my days did get brighter, and my life did become pleasant and joyful. I have a lot of generational curses and stains I have to remove from my children, but I have to find wealth first because I got to get them out of this low, dirty, level place and take them to a nice ranch, a compound where I can teach my grandkids and my kids all the right ways to live, not cursing and manipulation and lying and arguing and fighting, things passed down by my mom and my alcoholic stepdad. Um, you know, I have to remove all that, guys, because I wasn't awake my entire life. I did things in front of my kids. I showed my kids a life that was not good. So I have to change all that. Um, but I have a lot. I have people to help here. I have humanity to help here. I have my fellow men and women to help here. Um, and that's my calling, and it's why I'm here. Um, so it's why I'm so passionate. It's why I interrupt. It's why I get loud. It's why I pound my chest. It's why I throw my fist pump in the air, and it's why I go hard 24 hours a day without some sleep sometimes, because I believe in this. I believe in the society can be this way, and we have a cryptocurrency, a quote unquote hidden currency right in front of our face. And if that ain't a synchronicity to you, then you'll never know what one is. You're being presented a digital secret currency. That's what crypto means. Think of Tales from the Crypt, a place where something's
Cryptography.
hidden.
Yeah.
Cryptography. Um, this is hidden currency, people, and we found it first. And all the other normies ain't going to recognize it because they're going to think it's another scam. It's another government fucking jinx or Ponzi. But it's real. We know it's fucking real. Um, so let's get it, guys. Let's.
And it will spread as much as we want it to.
Yes, this is a vibration, people, that people are going to love. You ever say, "Man, that's a vibe. I like that. I'm on that." Yes, this is one of them. And we know that, guys. We have a couple hundred people right now that are like, yeah, this is it. This is a vibe. Just wait till the masses feel this vibration. Wait till they feel this energy. And they'll feel that by Amy, by JC, JP, Anthony, Mike, uh, Steve, by everybody speaking up and telling them, look, this is me. This is us. This is for free thinking and like-minded people. This is our society we come to take back. We don't need a new community. This is our place already. This is our society. So let's go. Stand up, guys.
And metaphorically, not, I mean, you could stand up if you want to physically, but yeah, no, beautifully said, Damon. And I think everybody on this panel, we don't want to eat the bugs. We don't want to own nothing and be happy. We want the new society. So
No,
let's
bugs are
say,
bad. Bugs
yeah.
are bad. We don't want
Steve,
bugs.
did you want to leave us with any final words before we head out? Steve, there you go. Gotta unmute.
I think touched on tonight. I'm just an observer tonight, so
How do you feel, buddy?
I'm good. I got a lot of energy, but I'm a little tired too because I was working all night. I mean, all day. A lot of
So
hard work.
you're tired, buddy. I know.
Yeah.
I know, Steve.
Me every day I'm doing hands-on work.
Right, right. Listen, buddy. Can I tell you something, Steve? And I know you're tired, man. I know you've been busting your ass. I know you've been giving everything for your family, for your kids, for your wife's family. Um, I know it's not easy right now, Steve. I know I know we're building. I know we're moving forward. Um, I know we are progressing every day. Hang in there, buddy. Um, hang in there, and just know that we're going to make it, man. You deserve it, Steve. If anybody on this planet deserves to have wealth to complete you, because you're already a wealthy man, you're already a rich man. You have a beautiful wife who loves you, that you love to death, and it's a healthy relationship of love and respect and compassion. Your kids are beautiful. Your kids are well respected. Um, and you bust your ass every day to make them comfortable. But outside your door is literally hell. That someone can come up and take your car with your kids in it and say, "Give me it." Um, they're doing that in this city. They're running up at red lights and gas stations, and they're taking taking the car with people's kids in it. Um, you will be rewarded, Steve, with an abundance of wealth, because that's the only thing you're missing, friend. The only thing you're missing is the zeros, because you're already a rich man. Um, and that goes for a lot of you gentlemen in here, a lot of you ladies. You're already wealthy people. Look how you think. Look how you think freely. Um, you're here. You're here for wealth. You're here now, um, to remain healthy, to be around like-minded people, to express how you feel, to express your joy, but also express on days when you're getting your ass kicked by life. Look at Steve, man. He's tired because he probably been working all damn day. Um, it gets better than this. I can tell you that. Um, it'll be a time when a lot of people that's in this community now, that was here for support, when this project gets really big and we're able to enjoy the fruits of our labor, and be able to reap what we have sown here. It'll be fun. It'll be happiness. It'll be joyful. I promise you that all this struggle right now, everything we go through now, there'll be a big reward at the end of this. And we'll give back, and we'll make the world a better place for some people. And I'm confident in that, guys, and I know that's why we're here. So, Steve, I just want to say that to you. You have added value to my life that I can never express through words. I'll never be able to articulate into words to tell you how much you changed me, how much you inspired me and make me become a better man, a better father. Um, So I just want to say that, man. Every day I wake up, I wake up and I smile, because I know I have beautiful people beside me who we're taking this beautiful journey together. And I know that things will only get better because we're creating our own reality. We're actually living what we're saying we're doing. And I know that the end result of that is glory. Is glory. So I know you're tired, buddy. I know everybody in here, Amy, JP, and I know you guys are tired, man. But that's the burn. That's the burn before you feel the reward. Um, of still dealing with society's bullshit. Um, while we take this journey. And no, everybody's not in the same place on their journey. Everybody's in places, different paces. Um, but we come here and we form a society as one, uh, a one like-minded, free-thinking society, and that's who we are, guys. And that is the Wisdom Bank Network. We're not a bank like Wells Fargo or TD Bank. We are a bank that is the wisdom bank in the back of your mind, in the back of your soul, where you put all your life's mistakes, all your life's lessons, every trial, every tribulation, your grief that you dealt with, you put in your wisdom bank, because that value is what you go off of, your self-worth. What is in your wisdom bank determines your self-worth. So when you hear WBN and you hear Wisdom Bank Network, that's what you can think about. What is your self-worth? How much is in your wisdom bank? I love you guys.
Thanks for that, Damon. Amy, glad to have you here. Thank you for spending your time with us tonight. Did you want to give any final thoughts?
Damon, I had to dig deep to stay awake. It's just listening to everyone speaking. You know me, I'm an early bird, I'm an early riser, so this is late for me. And I was going to check out at 11:30, but I'm still here. I know.
We love you, girl.
Just
You're a
listen to
warrior.
I
You're a
know.
warrior.
And I was texting Steve. I was like, "Oh, I'm about to fall asleep here." And then, like, I just got my second wind, and I stayed on, and I'm awake now. But I was just reflecting on everything that you said, like as I always do, and I know today is about spirit out. What I can't even speak right now. Spiritual out. What spirit being spiritual?
Spirituality.
Yeah, spirituality.
Spirituality. Yeah.
Sorry, thank you. I'm a little tired. But anyways, I see what you're getting about people's energy and how, and I feel that. I feel that because I'm trying to be in a good space. And anytime I feel someone who has negative energy around me, it just drains me. It feels like they're just pulling all that good energy that I have away from me. And then I just have to run away from that and not associate with myself with anyone like that, or try to like deal with different people. They have these different energies. You pick up on that, you know what I mean? And then you just have to decompress away from that and just recharge and not to have that negative energy held within you. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying, Dan.
Oh, I'm letting you talk. I totally get it.
It's hard for me to explain sometimes. So I don't know if anyone gets that. I don't know anyone who feels that.
Remember what I
100%.
told you?
Yeah.
That the part of the brain
Yeah.
That controls the feelings and emotion.
Yeah.
It doesn't control language.
Right.
So you literally have to Amy, you actually have to feel it.
Yeah.
To heal it. And to heal it, you have to say it. But to say it, it's hard.
It's hard. Yeah. And yeah, I always try, like I said in the past, like you always want to surround yourself with like-minded people, and it's hard, especially I only have, I don't know, who I can speak anyone freely to. I would say probably nobody, because you get judged, and they probably think you're crazy. And
Yeah. You're in Massachusetts too, so that place is forget
I
that place. I mean,
that's the worst place to be.
yeah. I mean that place is so. I don't know what's worse, Philly or Mass, as far as the I don't know. I really can't judge for Philly because I don't know as much about it. But I lived in Mass, and I'll tell you what, I already know the majority of people out there are definitely not your friend. They're not your friend.
So Brett gets it. Brett
Oh
gets
yeah. Well, I mean, my family. I have cousins that are from Massachusetts, and they used to live there in Brookline and Worcester, and but
Well, Brooklyn's supposed to be liberal. You know what I mean?
nah, that whole place is lit. Trust me, Worcester is Connecticut. Yeah, that. No, there's. I don't know. I don't know what to try to find one person out of thousands. You don't even. I wouldn't even know where to look in that place. I would not even know.
It's hard. We're really pretty
I
conservative.
mean, even my cousins.
Yeah.
They're all. You forget about it. You're not going to talk to them. They're going to look at you like you're on another planet.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Yeah, forget about it. Oh yeah.
Is that why they call it the mean streets of Boston? Is that why?
Well, actually, isn't it? I thought Boston was more of an Irish.
Yeah,
Irish.
I don't know. Well,
At least it used to be.
Originally it's Irish, predominantly.
Yeah. I could tell you a lot of stories, a lot of gangster stories from Boston.
Southeast?
Heavy mafia in Boston.
I would say South Boston. South Boston's more heavily, predominantly Irish.
Yeah. Southeast. Irish Catholic.
Yes, Irish Catholic. Correct.
There's a strong there's a strong Puerto Rican Spanish population there as well.
Oh yes. It was a melting pot. It's a lot of different pockets of areas.
It's like Philadelphia, guys.
Yeah, I guess maybe it is. I haven't been there in quite a while, but my father and mother are originally from there. So my father went to school with Leonard Nimoy from Star Trek.
Really?
Back in 1930. Mm-hmm.
Do you realize I was the same? I was in school. Well, I'll be aging myself. I'm gonna say
it. We don't mind. It's just a number. We don't care.
Don't get Damon started on ages and how birthdays were just a government trying to remind you every day that you're 1 year closer to death. But,
yeah.
Well, they want to make the retirement age. Who's it? Nikki? Nikki? What's her name? Wants to make the retirement age is 70.
Right, guys. Don't ever wish me a happy birthday ever.
What should we say on that day, Damon, instead of happy birthday?
Good riddance.
Good riddance. Good riddance. Stay the course. Stay the course.
Okay.
Because we actually don't get older. We actually get younger.
And wiser.
Yep,
definitely wiser.
You'll find that out soon, that you're actually getting younger.
Oh, yeah.
Because the place you're headed is youth.
I think so. I mean, people come to me. Well, I don't know. I won't say that either. I'm retracting my thoughts.
No. Speak.
Oh.
No, I'm saying people always come to me to talk to me about their life situation sometimes.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yep. She's the person to go to. She's the go-to.
No, this is the other day. I don't even know how old he is. He came up to me to talk to me about like, I don't know. He was a millennial, and he came to me. He didn't know what to do with the situation. He I'm not in, I mean, he was in a dating app. I don't know this whole thing about kids and dating apps. I'm more of like a person who connects with like you, like organically, and not doing these apps. I don't get all that. So he's just trying to connect with. He just asked my advice about like what he should do. He met this person
Tell him to
online.
hit me up. Tell him to hit me up. That's exactly what I do.
Oh, that's right. That's your thing.
Oh, that's your thing. What dating apps?
Well, I teach men how to navigate them because they don't want to actually go out and meet women in public. So yeah.
I guess I guess the dating app is huge, and I guess this person that he was messaging was someone from Forbes 30 and under.
Oh, really? So she was successful.
Yeah. She was successful, and I guess he lived. Her building was across the street from his building.
Mm-hmm.
And then he didn't want to. He wanted to like connect with her, in an
organic
kind of
way.
No relationship way, which I don't think that's what she wanted. And I don't want to say it what she wanted.
Okay.
Okay, I think it was just like one thing and whatever.
Did she want just the D?
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
That's rare. That's actually rare.
That's rare? Why is that rare?
Well,
I think she's like 20. I think she was like in her late 20s or something.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's not rare among the younger females, but it's rare. It's usually flipped. The guy usually wants that, but
well, you're successful and you don't have time for it.
To have sex, right? Let me just say this: to have sexual intercourse without any emotion attached, and to exchange energy.
Yeah.
That type of energy, sexual energy, is the most powerful energy on the planet, by the way.
Yeah.
To exchange that to someone without any feelings or emotions involved is a very, very, very a mentally tough person who can do that, who can keep feelings out of that exchange.
Right.
Yes, it's a very, very mentally sharp person who can do that. That's not easy to do. So
with these things, but I don't know. I mean, my kids aren't like that, but I'm just saying, isn't that what these younger generation do, or without these disconnect with emotions? I mean, that's what I've heard, but my kids aren't like that.
Yes.
You mean?
Yeah, it depends on the person, but the more a woman or a man, but mostly women, exchange those energies with the more and more men, they start to lose that connection. The more bodies they rack up, they call it these days. Yeah, the higher the body count.
The body count.
Mm-hmm. It's harder for them to really get that, that strongest connection if they were to have a lower body count. But
well, she wasn't his type, but he just wants to connect with her because she's Forbes 30 and under. Okay. So I said,
is he successful as well?
No.
Okay, so he's looking for the.
No,
he's looking for the sugar mama.
Yes.
Well, that's what he wanted, but he just didn't want to do that thing. And then I just said, well, and as I'm looking at him, so why are you asking me of all people? Like, I was just kind of weird. I thought that you're asking me, and I said, I just said, well, if you want something more than that, then just don't do that. Just do something more like, go out and do something. Because once you do that, you can't break away from, that type of, if you want something more. That's what I said to him. But it's just kind of weird. Like, people like those things that would come and talk to me. Like, why am I trying on these stupid people?
Right. In reality, there's really nothing he can do if she sees him as only that. I mean, he can take her on a normal date, but
Right.
if in her mind she already categorized him
Yeah,
as I only
exactly.
want you for this, then it's going to be
Right.
hard to switch that.
Right.
He can do
Exactly.
certain things to attempt to put it out
Right.
there, like, hey, I've got more value than just this. Like, I can, show you a good time or have a good experience with you doing this, but it's going to be hard to crack that if that's how she already categorized him.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it was going because he was asking me because he got mixed messages. So I was just like trying to guide him. But
The moral of the story is he went to you for advice because you're a very good listener, right? And
I guess I don't know.
Her energy made
Right.
him feel comfortable to
I
do
think
that.
so. I think so.
Mhm. Yep.
I think so. I think so.
And he was right, wasn't he?
I guess because I understood.
Yes.
And most people.
You taught him something. You taught that young man something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Hopefully, but that's the energy that I guess it's all about energy and how the people I draw and and I don't like any negative energy or anything I try to avoid that at all costs. And it was kind of like on my day to day, like just 2 days in a row, I just had negative energy brought upon me, and then I just had to. It made me feel down for a bit, and then I just had to like reflect on it for a little bit. Okay, that's it. I'm not gonna think about it anymore. I'm just gonna move on, move forward. I mean, whatever. And I just moved forward and picked myself back up and just regain my positive energy. I mean, that's
Right.
so.
So you didn't let it affect you and take you out your whole day. You
Yeah.
created your other reality that you're like, okay,
Right. Yeah. So whatever. Move on. Move on. That's on you. You be that way for the rest of your life. You may have this bad negative energy for the rest of your life. I'm not gonna be part of that. And I just let it go.
So guys, I want to explain something to you that's been weighing heavy on my mind. So we're in essence trying to take society back, right? And we have tools and vehicles at our hands today. So we say, how do we do that? How do we find free thinking, like-minded people? Well, you have to spread your energy, spread your vibration, and find like-minded people. I don't think it's that hard to do, guys, in today's world. That there's a society here that isn't part of this illusion. There's a society here that believes that men and women, like-minded, free thinking, we can have our own ecosystem where we detach and decentralize from the centralized government and banks. That is us. That's what we're doing here. We got to find constructive ways, Brano, JP, JC, Amy, Steve. We have to find ways to redirect energy, our energy, and find the people who think like us, that are like-minded, and bring them into a community, an ecosystem of a good diet, and that is of the mind, the body, and the spirit, the soul. So, Amy, you tell me the story of how people love to come to you with questions, and they like to communicate with you. They like to be around you. That's probably everybody here. People like to talk to you guys because you are the conscious. You are you have that energy that people are drawn to. And that's the vibration, guys. And that's what we have here. So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, it's a great point, Damon. So let's get to JP. Appreciate you, JP, for joining us today. Pleasure to talk to you. Do you want to give us any final words before we take off?
No, I just thank you guys for having me. Me and all the people that I brought in, we fully back you 100%. And yeah, we love what you guys are doing here.
Awesome. Is that a Steelers? Did you just put on a Steelers beanie?
That is a Steelers baby.
You
Hey,
guys,
JP, tell them you're here because we came to take back this country. That's why.
That's right. 100%.
yeah, that's why we're all here, to take back our fucking country, and we will by creating
We're
our own
here.
fucking
We're here
society.
to take back society.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I appreciate you, JP. Even though you've got the Steelers gear on, that's okay. We'll invite you back.
All right.
Appreciate you being
Are
here,
you
Brad.
are you from Pennsylvania?
No, all my family's out from Ohio, but I'm in LA.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. Thank you again for having me. You guys have a great night.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. You too. Brad, talk to us, man. Any final thoughts?
I just want to say it's always a pleasure to listen to you guys talk. Damon, Brano, in general. I just want to say that it's a pleasure to be here, and I like being here. Actually, it's fun, and it gives me something more to do on the weekend.
Well, we enjoy you. We enjoy you in your presence as well. And
I mean, it's always educational, and there's always something new to hear or learn from everybody, their experiences, and I'm excited.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for showing up, and we hope to see you back again. JC, it's great meeting you tonight. And go ahead and leave us with some final thoughts.
I just want to thank you guys for the opportunity. Like JP said, it's like I know, like a lot of people try to say, oh, I know a lot of the bullshit went down. Like saying you guys are scammers and shit and all this, but like at the end of the day, I just can't see anywhere where a scammer puts this goddamn much into making a few fucking bucks, dude. You know what I mean? If that's the fucking case, then I mean, there should be some Oscar performances here. You know what I mean? Like it just it makes no fucking sense what those guys were talking about, and like anybody with half a brain should be able to see that. So, which is kind of a good thing because now you guys got all the people you don't want here are out.
100%. Yeah.
And it's like Damon says, it's all about like-minded people. That's all I do is I really only surround myself with people with similar interests and like-minded interests. I'm super outspoken, and I honestly am one of those people I couldn't give a shit less whether somebody cares how I look at things or how I see things, because you know what, that's my choice, and I think that everybody has a right to feel about things the way they want to feel, and I don't judge anybody. I'm not a big fan of these super right wing or left wing Democrats, but you know what? I don't really care because it's their life. I let them do what they want. I'm only worried about me and mine.
Right. Yep.
What I can control.
Yeah. No. Thank you for being here, and I think a lot of us feel the same way in terms of I'm not trying to police anybody. Live your life as long as you're not doing anything illegal, right? Just let me live my life. Let me have my opinions, and we can coexist, right? Everyone doesn't have to agree on 100% of what everybody else thinks, but don't force your stuff on me. I won't force my stuff on you, and
facts.
That's the way be, right?
And once again, thanks for letting me be here. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for
Hope you guys all have a
sharing
great weekend.
Thanks for sharing your time and coming on the podcast. So have a good night. And I'll go ahead and close this out. Damien, did you want to say something before I close this out?
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you, man. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for saying anybody with half a brain would know that if, guys, the crypto world, Twitter, Telegram, and the people that exist there are really far gone, man. But I will say, no matter where there's something good, just look on the ground. You'll see crumbs. They know that this project, that this community is the furthest thing from anything they've ever seen in their life. From how the people, the backgrounds, the races, the ethnicities of the people here, the professionalism, everything here is just every day, just honest, selfless people. And like I look around and I see you guys, and I don't think you guys are idiots or or morons, and they're just, oh yeah, we're gonna jump right into the scam and let these guys what like I don't get that mentality. But it is what it is. But I'm Jay. Thanks for that, man. It's hard being in a world where everybody is corrupt, but the one people that's not is the target or is the conversation, because it takes away from what they're really doing. They actually they're the ones actually doing all the bad things. The one pointing their finger. So yeah, man, it felt good to hear that. It felt good to hear all you guys tonight, to see all you guys, JP, JC. It was good to finally meet you guys, man. To put a face to the voice, to put a face to the soul, is what does it for me. Is to see what you guys look like, that you are actual human beings. You're actually men of honor and men of integrity. And yeah, it's beautiful to see, guys. Thank you. And thank you for being part of this.
Yeah, thanks again, everybody. And thank you for checking out this episode of the Wisdom Bank Network podcast. And we'll see you next time.